Hi, I'm Deb Bradley, and I am the mom of Colt Bradley, who's a Peace Corps volunteer here in Guinea.
Hi, I'm Jim Bradley, and I am Colt Bradley's dad. So, we had no idea, obviously, what to expect. Colt met us, and we got a taxi and went back to the location near the Peace Corps house to our hotel, and kind of got settled in for that evening.
So the next morning we got up, and we was that the morning we just started our trek into
So, yeah.
to his site, which is outside of Con. So we got into a taxi, which was eye-opening to say the least. It was surprising to open the car door, and the cars are old and beat up and very, very dirty, and it was kind of interesting to hop in there and get going on our way out of Conakry, headed towards Con.
And the farther you away from Conakry you get, the worse the roads get. The people are super nice, but just the whole lifestyle is totally different. It's very tiring. To Con, we I think 17, 18 hours. So it's quite a trek, and we did part of it in one day, and it will wear you out. It's just a lot.
We spent the night in Dabala, and then got up the next morning and continued on to Con. And when we got into Con, we got to see the Peace Corps house there, and kind of what's home to them, since that's their location. And then
met some other Peace Corps volunteers. They're all awesome.
Really great to meet the Peace Corps volunteers.
Yeah.
So we went to COLT'S village, and felt immediately welcomed there. People were very excited to see us.
Of course, we had a couple people meet us as we got into town, like maybe 50.
Yeah.
The kids were
And the
excited to
kids,
see us, and that was fun. Of course, all the local, even the elders. I mean, everybody was really happy to see us. So that was exciting.
The following morning, when we got up, and we sat with the elders as a welcoming ceremony.
Yeah.
The elders asked if we could stay one more night because they wanted to do a program for us that night, which was really awesome.
Really nice. They had a celebration for us. We had no idea what time. So it ended up being just outside Colt's hut. They started setting up speakers and chairs. Motorcycles would drive up with chairs and speakers, and it was really an interesting operation. And so finally, we went back in Colt's hut, and we started hearing a lot of voices, a lot of people, and looked out, and there must have been 100 people outside, and all the chairs were set up. So we went out, and they escorted us over and had us sit kind of in the the main setting area, which was just, it was really cool.
Yeah, we definitely had the seats of honor, and on the other side, a couple of the guys started playing their drums and heating up the drum skin to change the tune of the drum, and then people started dancing, and they'd come in, and individuals would kind of dance to the drums, and then another group would kind of dance to the drums, and they kind of went around the circle, and eventually they ended up pulling in Colt, and they ended up pulling in me to dance. So that was, and they were so welcoming, because I didn't know how to dance that dance, but they definitely were excited just that we participated. So
it's something you would never have the opportunity to do. It was not rehearsed. It was anything. It just happened, and it was all from the heart, and we really appreciated it.
Yeah. It was amazing to stay in his village, and it was amazing to see his hut and how he lives every day, because it's just impossible to imagine unless you experience it. It was really cool.
And I would encourage anybody coming, I mean, if you're going to make the trip all the way here, then I would get the full, I would take
experience.
full advantage. Yeah, I don't think I would cut it short at all, because it is, I mean, it's an experience of a lifetime. Yeah.
So then the mayor actually drove us from Colt's little community back into Con the next morning. From there we caught another taxi and started heading back to Conakry.
Yeah.
And that was a 2-day trip.
Yeah.
So 2 days going back. Spent a day in Conakry relaxing, doing laundry, which is not with a washing machine. And the next day we headed out to a little island off the coast of Guinea.
Room Island, and that's where we're at now. But so now we're on the Rome Island, which is really a neat island. It's a lot different than what we've been experienced to Conakry or out to sight and back, and it's just a nice little break for us. So no, this has just been awesome, and we should highly recommend it. But
Yeah. So, as we were getting ready to go, you know, you're of course panicked about what do you take, how do we prepare ourselves for this trip, that sort of thing. So we've got basically 4 tips that we kind of want to go through with you. We want to tell you a little bit about, give you some ideas of things to pack. So for packing tips, these are a couple things we thought might be helpful. I would tell you to pack in a duffel bag. You do not want to bring a rollerboard. There's no sense in rolling your suitcase along. So if you can pack in a duffel bag or a backpack of some kind, that seems to be the easiest way to bring your stuff over here. I would suggest bringing, a quick dry towel, because your Peace Corps volunteer doesn't probably have a linen closet full of towels. So you want to bring a towel that you can use to bathe with, but I also would bring something like a bandana or something that you can use to wipe sweat and dirt off of you as you're bouncing along in your car when the dust is going everywhere and there's no air conditioning, so your windows are down. You can cover your mouth and your nose so that you can breathe better. So I definitely would bring a bandana or a scarf that you know you can kind of use as a rag almost. Another thought would be to bring battery packs for your cell phone, because you're spending a lot of time in your taxi, so you're going to be reading, listening to music, listening to a book or podcast, whatever you do. As you're riding along, you can keep your cell phone powered up. You absolutely need some sort of travel medication if you are somebody who gets sick in a car. My son kind of said that to me because I am, and I was shocked. I'm really glad I had it.
Yeah, I think I would keep, of course, the packing very simple. I mean, you're going to be jumping in and out of the shower. No, of course, no blow dry or anything like that, and
no makeup. You don't need it.
And then just throwing on your dry fit shorts, hopefully, and a shirt, and going and continuing on, throwing everything in a bag. So it's simple. Less and simple is the best, and believe me, there's no one you're going to be dressing up for. Tip number 2: brush up on the local salutations and all the greetings and all that. I would, I've always done that going to another country. Try to at least get a couple of the words down. Hi, how you doing? That type of thing. This time I did not, but I think I would have thought through, because another thing is Malinke. Malinke is one of the languages, and I wish I had asked Colt or something, how do you at least say hi, how you doing, or just the 2 or 3 things, because once I kind of feel like I've learned them, which it's obvious I still haven't, then you go by somebody and you want to grin and say hi, but then by the time you figure out what to say, you're already past them. And I don't know, I just think it's kind of fun to just brush up a little bit. Tip number 3, come in with an open mind. This whole culture, it's another country. They do things so much differently than we do in North Carolina, or you do in California, or wherever. But it's just a lot different, and the customs and everything. I think it's important to obviously respect those, but get outside your comfort zone, and I don't know, we do pretty good. We're not always the best, but we really kind of try to jump in and while we're here, kind of accept things and do things like they do here, and it's been a lot of fun. Yeah. Tip
number 4 would be to kind of just jump in and get your feet dirty, like the dancing when they called us up to dance. That was, wow, that was way outside of my comfort zone, kind of like Jim said, and you got to get outside of your comfort zone, but you only get to experience this once, so just jump in and have a great time.
Should people visit their Peace Corps volunteer?
Oh, please visit your Peace Corps volunteer.
If you're fortunate where you can get the time and visit, I'm sure
worth
it's
it.
good for the Peace Corps volunteer. I mean, I think Colt's he's probably ready for us to leave now, but no, I'm sure he's, it's just a great little break for them. I think they're proud to show someone else what they're doing and what they've learned and what they're dealing with that is outside of their comfort zone, and not for a week or two, but for years, couple years. And I think it's just, I mean, I don't know, maybe at his age I would have probably been able to do it, I don't know, but it's just amazing.
Yeah, they're an integral part of their community, and it's really fun to see that.
Yeah.
I hope you all enjoyed that little talk from my parents. It's been really fun for them to visit me. So I do have 2 tips for those other PCVs out there who are planning these trips for your parents and hosting them. First off is, first, slow down. Like, when we do things very quickly because we're used to how to do things, so we jump in a taxi and we go all the way and we get food real quick and we pass by people, but really it just take time. Like, remember how you were when you first came, and we knew we had 2.5 or 2 and a bit years. So just know that they want to really understand it. They want to take their time. That's tip number 1. And tip number 2 would be, it's not really a tip, just general advice. Know that it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be really hard sometimes, but it's totally worth it. Here, they don't speak French. My parents don't speak French, so I've been translating everything. I've been handling all the money. I've been making all the plans. I've been stressed a lot of times where they have no clue what's going on. But it's really useful to have someone who understands when you go back home. So now when I go back home, I'm going to have someone that knows kind of some of what my service looks like, and then that'll make a big difference for going back home and explaining to some other people. So now I don't have to explain everything that I've been through to everyone else. So yeah, I really appreciate them coming and making the effort. It's not an easy place to go through. It's not, they use their vacation time to come see me, and I'm really grateful for that. I haven't been posting much lately because I had some technical difficulties, but we should be past that now. So yeah, make sure if you enjoyed this video, like it. If you've had your parents visit, or if you just chime in and give me what you think, what your opinions are on that, friends or family. And so do that in the comments, like it, subscribe, share with some friends. If you have some family or friends coming to visit, definitely share this video with them, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.